WolfGxngDon, never lacking. 2K bills to the fraction, breaking it down to the pound, puts news and views on tips to get you cracking. It don't stop till we on top, boy, brick by brick, we gotta build. Give a like and drop a sub, this WolfGxngDon, you know it's real. Never chill, sauce it up, we stacking, getting bills. Peep the traction, getting badges, 2K champ, this how it feels. This the dawn, yeah, running it up, no time to play. You know what's on, yeah, the greatest builds inside 2K.
Yo, what's good with y'all boys, man? Today, I got an Allen Iverson build for y'all, and I actually think this build is very solid. It can finish at a high level, just like AI could. You know, I got that acrobat crazy high, you know, 3-point, playmaking, a little bit of defense. I got a little bit of everything on this build, and even some strength to add to that perimeter defense. I don't know if y'all know, but clamps works a lot better when you have that strength. You did want a glitch build, but in all honesty, there's no glitch builds at the shooting guard position at that height. I mean, I already have some point guard positions, you know, the 6'6" type guys. But yeah, we're gonna get right into the build, man. So first things first, we can go with shooting guard for the position. Handing this is up to you. It's only respectful, it's only right if you go with that number 3 for my man AI. But yeah, we're gonna get right into the actual body settings on this build. So this build is a little short, just like AI was, you know what I'm saying? We got 6 foot with the height. We're gonna go 165 with the weight, you know, minimum weight, you know what I'm saying? And we're gonna go 6 foot with the wingspan. Now, if you do want a little bit more stats, you can put the wingspan up a little bit, but in order to get the best playmaking badge combinations, I went with the shortest wingspan. Sorry. Now, on this build, we're gonna add a little bit of everything, man. We definitely want this driving layup to be really high. We need acrobat real high on this build. We want that unstrippable. We want everything that's gonna make this build super fun to play with. If you haven't been using acrobat, you still get a lot of challenge percentage on a lot of the layups, but you actually make them. So it like makes the game a little bit better as far as like the finishing inside for small guards, in my opinion. Now, all right, we're gonna leave close shot and all that other finishing stuff alone. It will end up adding another finishing badge as we do the mid-range shot, which we will be taking up to an 85, which is pretty decent, man. And to go along with that really big mid-range, one thing you might want to do is add on the ankle breaking shots takeover. That's definitely the best way, in my opinion, to get a lot of those animations that AI was able to get off just dribble moves alone. We all know ankle breaker don't work the way it's supposed to, man. So you got to use those shot creating takeovers to get it. Now for the 3-point shot, we're going to be going with a 91, and we went with 91 to get circus threes on. I feel like that is such an overpowered badge. If you haven't been using that, I would highly suggest it. For the free throw, we're gonna take that up to an 80. You don't wanna leave any of those points at the line, man. When you get to the line, you wanna knock them things down. And that's exactly what we're gonna do with this build. And look at that, we already got 50 badges right there. 20 for the finishing, and then 30 for the shooting, man. This build is special. Now, for the playmaking, you know when it comes to pass accuracy, I am Mr. Team, whatever you want to call it, 85. I like having bullet passer on gold, especially on my guard builds. I feel like you can get away with having bullet passer a little bit lower if you're a big man or if you're, you know, like a small forward, power forward, something like that. But on guard builds, I would highly, highly, highly suggest putting that pass accuracy up to at least 85. Now for the ball handle, we're going to take that up to a 94. We do want to make sure we get ankle breaker on Hall of Fame and pretty much all those other dribbling badges except unpluggable. We can't get that one higher, but we are not tripping about that. Now with the speed with ball, we're going to take that up to a 93. This is an area where you could save a point if you drop the speed with ball down by 1 to a 92 and still keep quick first step on Hall of Fame, one of the best guard badges in the game. Now for the perimeter defense, we're going to go up to a 76. AI wasn't really known for his defense, but I at least want to have a silver clamps on this build. For me, this makes the game a lot better. Now, one thing that you may or may not know, his steal has always been high. So that's definitely something you want to do. You want to be able to play those passing lanes, and you want to get off ball, on ball steals if you can. So a quick way, just a little tip, I guess, for y'all to get some more on ball steals, you want to almost have your shoulder, like your player's shoulder, on the ball and flick to the side of the hand that's like near the ball. And that'll get you a couple more, man. That's a little nugget for those guys who stick around through the whole build. Now for the physicals on this build, I'm going all the way up with them because even though speed only controls your off-ball movement, it's something about, like, you know, when you make those mistakes on defense and you got to hurry up and recover, that speed will definitely help you, man, because on those little builds, you pretty much have to be right in front of people to get a decent contest. And in order to help you all out with that, make sure you have that speed up. Acceleration, that's easy. You're gonna need acceleration on pretty much any build you make, guard, build, or not, just because it'll help you out to have it quite a bit, man. I'm gonna just keep it a buck with you. Now, all right, for the vertical, we're gonna leave it at a 54. It's exactly what you get from putting the stuff up there. The stamina, we're gonna put that up to a 99. And look at that. All these badges and stuff right here. Now, for those last couple of points, we're just gonna go ahead and throw it on vertical. It'll give you just a little bit, not enough to make a huge difference, but, you know, I guess every little bit helps, especially when you're on one of these little builds. All right, we can go ahead and get into some of the takeovers. So for this build, you do get slashing, shot creating, playmaking, and sharpshooting. Like I said earlier, you want to get kind of creative with your layups on this build. So we can go with advanced gathers just so you can get those Euro steps. You can get those little spin layups off. You can pretty much be like, kind of like a Kyrie type build. You know what I'm saying? And then for the other one, if we want to go with ankle breaking shots, I already talked about that. That is definitely something you want to do. Maybe you want to flip those the other way. Pretty much just make sure it matches your play style. Now, for the build name, it comes out as a playmaking shot creator. Shades of, look at that, #1 right there, Allen Iverson. Then we got Tyrese Maxey and Donovan Mitchell. 3 very solid comparisons. And yeah, we can go ahead and test the build so I can show you some of the badges that I would put on this build in order to make it match my playstyle. So for the finishing on this build, I'm gonna just add a little something to make the build kind of fun to play on, you know what I'm saying? Acrobat, we're gonna put that on gold. Giant Slayer, you will need that for this build. Giant Slayer is something that makes this build special in my opinion. You know, with that badge, you'll be able to finish a lot of those situations that you normally wouldn't be able to. Posterizer on bronze, of course, will get you right. Slippery Finisher is a must on any build, in my opinion. Limitless Takeoff on silver, get those quick drops in there for sure. Fearless Finisher on silver. And then for the very last badge, you want Unstrippable, because, you know, sometimes when those other little guards are guarding you, they may have ball stripper on there and they may be able to get it from you a couple times. So in order to protect the ball, keep that pill safe, make sure you have Unstrippable on your build. So for the shooting badges, this is what we're going with right here. You know, I'm gonna take blinders, put that on gold, Deadeye on gold, stop and pop, put that on gold as well. Difficult shots, I like that on silver. Honestly, you can run it at whatever frequency you take. A lot of those difficult shots is where you should have it. Like if you almost never take them, then I wouldn't suggest the badge at all. Take them a little bit silver, take them a lot gold. I mean, it's really easy. That's how you can plan around any game plan. Hot Zone Hunter, I'm gonna put that on gold. Mismatch Expert, we only get it on gold on this build. But if you have a small build, put that as high as you get it. It is definitely a badge that is very useful. And the badge that I always love to have, and on at least gold, is Sniper. On Hall of Fame, it's still pretty good, but on Sniper, I mean on gold, it works as well. Now, time for the playmaking. This is probably where I would add all of those extra badges that I have from this season, just because it'll help you out quite a bit. You know, we're gonna start out with the Bullet Passer on gold. We're gonna take Hyperdrive, put that up to Hall of Fame. It is definitely something you're gonna be using on this. Quick Chain, put it on silver, just to get you some of those combos. Stop and Go, Unpluckable, you know, stop and goes on Hall of Fame. That's one of those non-negotiable badges that you always want to have on Hall of Fame. Quick First Step, we got that there. Unpluckable, yes sir. And then Handles for Days on Hall of Fame as well. And this is why I said you need those extra badges, because we still need Space Creator. I mean, I really don't mess with tight handles too much, but Space Creator, tight handles, and Ankle Breaker, you know, you put the one on that matches your playstyle the most. If you do a lot of step back, Space Creator is where it's at. If you do a lot of standing dribble moves, tight handles is where it's at. And if you do a lot of snatches, Ankle Breaker is where it's at. That's kind of how you differentiate those badges. If you have a couple left over, I would highly suggest putting on Needle Thread on at least bronze, but I prefer to put it as high as I can get it on a lot of my builds. Now for defense, there's really not much you can do on this, so we're just gonna make the build serviceable. Just get what we need out of it. So a couple things we're gonna need: clamps, ankle braces. That's non-negotiable. You're gonna need that on there. Pick dodger, that's up to you. If you play in like a zone type scheme, if you have people that you run with, then you can put pick dodger on or not put pick dodger on. That's really up to you. And then we're gonna put pickpocket on there, and menace. Menace is the badge, boy. Like if you haven't been running menace, you probably don't know about it, but a lot of those times where your player might pick the ball up, or you might get into one of those like fumbling type of situations, I'm telling you, once you get out of that rec game, you get out of that pro-am game, check their player cards, see what they're running, and I guarantee you at least they got minutes on at least bronze. I like to have it on silver on a lot of my builds, even on my small guys, because I just feel like it helps you get a lot of those animations that you wouldn't get otherwise, and you know, limits their dribble moves. It limits how well they can move from side to side, and we all know that side to side movement is a killer. If you choose the wrong direction one time, they pretty much gonna get a 3, man. But all right, that is pretty much it for the video. I'll catch y'all boys in the next one. It's your boy Don, and I'm up out of here. Peace.
Piling paper, got them talking nice to me. Down the bottle, it be going right through me. Brown baby, down to take a flight to me. They think that I'm stunting, but it's slight to me. Piling paper, got them talking nice to me. Guess that's why the